Good morning, students. Today, I'll discuss the conceptual details of DC generator. DC generator. So, yesterday we had some introduction about the DC machines. So, where a DC generator is an electromechanical device which converts the mechanical energy into electrical energy. Mechanical energy into electrical energy. So here, where the DC motor is an electromechanical device which converts an electrical energy into mechanical energy. Electrical energy into mechanical energy. So if you see a generator which converts mechanical to electrical, where a DC motor which converts electrical to mechanical energy. Here, the beauty of DC machine is a DC machine is a device, electromechanical device, which acts as a motor as well as generator depending upon its input. So, however, here we'll see the conceptual details of DC machine. DC machine rather than DC motor or DC generator. So here, for the production of electrical energy, nothing in terms of EMF or mechanical energy in terms of torque. The basic requirements are the magnetic field and a conductor. Magnetic field and a conductor. So here, the DC generator works on the principle of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. If you place a conductor in a magnetic field, if the flux cut by conductor changes, an EMF will be induced in the conductor. So therefore, to produce an EMF, the basic requirements are magnetic field as well as conductor. These two are the primary requirements of a DC motor as well as DC generator. So now here, if you see the cross-sectional view of DC machine. So it consists of an outer frame called yoke, and these two are the north and south, alternate north and south poles, which are jointed together to the yoke, where the field winding is placed on pole core. And this is the armature. And it is the commutator. And these two are the brushes. And it is a rotor shaft. So these are all the main parts of DC machine. Now we'll see the functions and the materials used to construct these parts of the DC machine in one by one in detail. So he's Michael Faraday, the father of electrical engineering. In 1831, Michael Faraday, an English physicist, gave one of the most basic laws of electromagnetism called Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, which is the root cause of the production of EMF in a DC as well as AC generator. Okay, so these are all the main parts of DC generator: yoke, poles, field winding, armature, commutator, brushes and gears, bearings. So the outer frame is called yoke, and these are the poles, and it is the field winding, and it is an armature, it is commutator, and it is shaft. These two are the brushes. Now if you come to yoke, so yoke is also called an outer frame. It provides mechanical protection to the rotating and other parts of the DC machine from the moisture, dust, etc. So yoke is an iron body which provides the path for the magnetic flux produced by the field windings. So it also provides mechanical support to the field poles, and the materials used for yoke are cast iron or cast steel or rolled steel. For low rating machines where weight is not that much important, so the cast iron is used. For large machines, cast steel is used to construct the yoke. You construct yoke. And this is pole. Pole produces the magnetic flux when the field winding is excited. Field winding is excited. So here, this is the field winding. The field winding is placed on pole core. So whenever current flowing through the field winding, I think, but if the field winding is excited, so it produces the magnetic flux. Magnetic flux. The materials used for pole is cast steel or cast iron. Okay. The pole is a part on which the field winding is wound on the pole core. Then field winding. The field winding is also called exciting winding. When current is flowing through the field winding, in a specific direction, it is produced the magnetic field. So here the field winding is wound in such a way that it can produce an alternate north and south poles, whenever current flowing through it. The material is used for the field winding is copper. And the armature. All this, the another important part of the DC machine is an armature. So all the armature outer surface is slotted together to place the armature winding. So this armature is coupled to the mechanical shaft. So whenever the shaft rotates, the armature also rotated, so that the conductors placed on the armature is also rotated in the stationary magnetic field, so that an EMF will be induced in a DC generator. The armature conductors are placed in these slots. Armature core provides a low reluctance path to the flux produced by the field winding. Coming to the materials, the cast steel or cast iron are used for the armature core. Then commutator. The another important device in a DC generator is a commutator. The rectification in the case of DC generator can be done by a device called commutator. So whether it is DC generator or AC generator, the nature of EMF induced in a machine is alternating in nature. But the requirement of DC generator is to produce a DC voltage. So that a device is necessary to convert the alternating current into direct current, which is called commutator. The choice of material. So as it collects current from armature, it is also made up of a copper segment. It is cylindrical in shape and is made up of wedge-shaped segments which are insulated from each other by thin layer of mica. Then the rotor. The rotor is the moving part of a DC generator. Because, so here, there should be a relative motion between magnetic field and conductors. So here, the magnetic field is produced by the field winding, whereas the armature conductors placed on the armature. So to have a relative motion between a magnetic field and armature conductors, so there should be a motion. There should be movement of any one of these two, either magnetic field or armature conductor. So here the magnetic field is stationary as the poles are fixed to the yoke. So therefore, it is inevitable to rotate an armature to have relative motion between armature and field winding. So therefore, the rotor rotates because the wires and magnetic field of the motor are arranged so that a torque is developed about rotor axis. I hope it's clear. And another two important devices, parts of DC machine is there. They are brushes. So here the brushes are made up of carbon, which are used to collect the current from the commutator and supply to the external circuit. frictional circuit. Apart from brushes, commutator, there are ball bearings present in a DC machine to reduce the frictional forces developed between the shaft and the armature. Shaft and armature. Because when shaft rotates, the armature also coupled to the shaft through ball bearing mechanism. So therefore, to reduce the frictional forces developed between these two moving objects, a ball bearing system has been used. So here, for low rating machines, ball bearings has been used, but for high rating machines, roller bearings are used. So therefore, so these are all the main parts of DC machine. They are yoke, field system, armature system, and commutator and brushes, shaft and ball bearings. So I will continue in next class.